Well, and I mean, in the process, number one, it was revealed that she hadn't paid taxes for 3 years. So the IRS is going to come knocking on that door because now it's on paper, right? You're actually admitting to that. So think about the losses and the penalties and everything else like that.
So money that's already spent.
Right. I mean, an audit is probably going to be coming. And, you know, when it comes to audits, if you basically, you know, show that you didn't actually pay at all, they could start auditing you the year before and the year after. So it could turn into a major audit in terms of what she's doing. You know, Rob says she put a gun to his head like 3 times. She said she was just playing, but it's still a fucking...
Yeah, I've read that. Yeah.
There's a gun to your head. As someone that has some experience with guns and pulling them out and so forth.
We all know she wasn't playing. But it's Rob. Who puts a gun to Rob? Say, what the hell is Rob doing? What is Rob doing for you to pull the gun on Rob?
I mean, I guess Kylie got on the stand and said that Tyga told her that Blac Chyna cut his like arm, had like a 6-inch like gash on his arm with stitches. You know, it turned into a bit of a mess, and ultimately she lost. And I remember even leading up to it, she went on Instagram and said, I had to give up 3 of my cars because my baby daddies don't give me child support. And then Tyga comes in and said, I have my kids Monday through Saturday, and I pay $40,000 for private school. Why would I pay child support? Then Rob comes in, I get my kids from Monday through Friday, and I pay $38,000 for school. Why would I pay child support? And because of this, people started to figure things out, and they realized that Blac Chyna only has her kids on Sundays. And the jokes just started. I'm like, must be so sad that Blac Chyna's kids can never have Chick-fil-A together.
Oh, wow, that is funny. But, you know, on the good side of it, the kids ain't suffering. You know, I'd rather like, because I don't remember her losing in cases where they get that time. So she had to probably agree to give up that time.
Right.
So
that's the whole point.
That's not a bad mother if she knows she's not capable of watching them, or she's moving too much.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so I can't fault her. I can't really fault her for being responsible. Because some mothers out there will take the child support and still try to be themselves, and the kid is being raised by friends and family members that's not there, and they don't get to see the father. So the fact that she's like, well, I'm still I got to make this money somehow, you know, just give me Saturday and Sundays.
Yeah. I mean, look, we had an interview scheduled with her. You know, one of my interviewers was supposed to do it, and he waited at the hotel for like 2 hours, and she got into some big fight with her boyfriend at the time, and it ended up not happening, and then it's supposed to happen the next day, and then they got into some other fight at the club that night. Once again, it didn't happen. It's just like, you know, it's honestly like, I remember when she got pregnant by Rob, I'm like, this is a rich man's worst nightmare to have Blac Chyna.
I don't really know. I don't think I've ever met her. I've seen her at like 24 Hour Fitness, so never really like met her. You know, Instagram personalities. Right. Well, you know,
your kid's mother, Laura Govan, actually defended Blac Chyna on TMZ.
Okay.
And she said, oh, you know, I know her. I went to her baby shower, and, you know, I know the Kardashians a little bit, but, you know, she deserves her own show. There's, you know, that type of thing. That surprise you, though?
No.
No?
No.
Birds of a feather?
Yeah. But that's what I said. I don't really know Blac Chyna. We live down the street from each other.
Really?
Yeah. Live down the street from each other. Never really, you know, I've never seen her. You know, that's what I said. I've seen her at 24 hours. So I can't tell you what her real personality is like, because, you know, when someone's on TV, that's their TV personality. So it's like really hard. She seemed nice from just glancing at her. Listen, I mean, she has her mom. They have reality TV personality. So I don't.
Yeah, I mean, her mom got kicked out of the trial at one point.
Yes, so I don't know why they wouldn't have a TV. Like, the shit you guys put on TV, they're entertaining. They should have their own show.
Yeah, I mean, that only really works. I mean, that only really works when the person is kind of responsible and will show up and, follow the overall rules that are laid out and so forth. When the person just goes off the deep end and can't be reached and, like,
record
it.
record, hit record. I mean, like the stuff we see is the best stuff is unscripted. So like I guess this will be the first time that I will ever agree with anything my ex says. I agree. She probably needs a role on a TV show. Like, as I said, she looks like that's.
Yeah.
She seemed fun to me on TV. Like when you see her on TV, her and her mother, they seem like they're characters, like enough to be like, I will watch it. Like shit's gonna happen.
I think, now that you say it, actually, we were supposed to interview her mom at one point, and she showed up like 3 hours late. And then, like, before she sat down, she started screaming at my staff, saying, I'm going to need like $50,000 for this tell-all interview. And she's like, fuck Vlad TV, and stormed out. And that was pretty much the end of it. Was just like, what the fuck? Yeah, if we've been recording it, actually would have been kind of entertaining.
Perfect.
I don't know, man. There's a bit of crazy. I mean, sometimes crazy is not just for TV. Sometimes crazy is just crazy. Certain people, I think, are just kind of crazy. If you cut the father of your child, a 6-inch gash on their arm, that's crazy. You put a gun to someone's head. But that's crazy.
Yes, but now you
loaded or not. Like you and I both have guns. Have you ever put a gun to someone's head just as a play, to play around? No.
But that's why it needs to be on TV. Because what do you think Rob said to get a gun? It's Rob. Rob is like a teddy bear.
Right.
What would he possibly have said? No. Do this for me. No. Gun. Like that's hilarious. That would be hilarious. Like all he said was no. Like that's why I said it's one of those things where film it and then see what happens.
Well, listen, I've always
so I want to see now.
Now you want to see it more, right?
Now I want to see season 1 and see what it looked like.
All right. Well, listen, I've always said this: crazy is undefeated. Crazy is 1,000-0. You will not beat crazy. Mm-mm. There's no way. You think you've won, and crazy will pull a victory out of that situation. And you will take that L, ultimately. That's why I've had, a number of crazy women through the course of my life. When I look back, I say, my God, I'm glad they never got pregnant. My God. Yeah. Oh, my God. Some of the stuff I've heard about one of my exes, insane.
You dodged a bullet on that one,
Insane. Let me tell you. Fuck it. I'll put the story out here. We had a house together. Right? Mm-hmm. The relationship didn't work out. We sold the house. Maybe, I don't know, a year in, right? I get a call from this woman a couple of years ago. I mean, this is 20 years back, right? 20 years ago, we bought a house together. The relationship didn't work out. We sold the house. 20 years later, I get a call from this woman who lives in the same house that bought the house a couple owners later. Uh-huh. She's saying, first, my ex tried to file paperwork to say the house was hers. Right? Uh-huh. When that didn't work, because the couple were both lawyers, they're like, this is all bullshit, whatever. Uh-huh. She showed up at the house and tried to walk in like it was hers. They had to chase her away. This is the type of crazy I've dealt with in my life.
20 years later?
20 years later.
Jeez.
Like, yo, she walked in.
She probably did it with every owner.
Maybe. That was just the one phone call I get.
Just one phone call.
I have dealt with crazy in my life.
Yeah.
And it's, a crazy female, whew, man, it's
a crazy human.
A crazy human.
A crazy human.
Yes. Yeah. But a female, because, you have a certain type of relationship with a female that you don't have with a man.
Yeah.
So, you're intimate with them. There's certain connections that you don't have, what I'm saying, with a man that you do with a woman. So it's kind of like, I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah, I've been there.
You know how it is. I mean, Matt Barnes knows how it is. I mean, we went to his whole story.
Yeah, we've been there. We've been there.